Hi everyone, دوستان سلام و به تدریس درس جدید از دوره 100 روزه خوش اومدید. I'm sure you guys شما عزیزان تمرین میکنید, you practice, you work hard, سخت کار میکنید, you work hard to get the best result. عذرخواهی میکنم به خاطر تأخیر. I'm sorry for being late. I'm sorry for being late. Today we are going to talk about time idioms. 20 اصطلاح مربوط به زمان رو با هم بررسی خواهیم کرد. 20 idioms related to time. 20 idioms related یعنی مربوط به. 20 idioms related to time. The first one, to be born yesterday. میگم بچه دیروزی نیستم, بچه نیستم. I wasn't born yesterday. I wasn't born yesterday. I wasn't born yesterday یعنی من دیروز به دنیا نیومدم. منظورش یعنی I'm not an idiot. احمق نیستم. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I wasn't born yesterday. تکرار کن. I wasn't born yesterday means someone who is easily fooled. خیلی راحت سرش کلاه میره. A person who is easily fooled or very naive. کسی که ساده است, naive, بچه است. You can cheat him. میتونی سرش کلاه بذاری very easily, خیلی راحت. Then you say, I think you were born yesterday. وقتی میگی you were born yesterday تو بچه‌ای با تو ساده‌ای. You were born yesterday. ولی وقتی میگی I wasn't born yesterday یعنی بچه نیستم. فکر نکن با بچه طرفی. I wasn't born yesterday. دیروز به دنیا نیومدم یعنی بچه نیستم. I wasn't born yesterday. اصطلاحات مربوط به time رو با هم بررسی می‌کنیم بچه. We are talking about different idioms, vocabulary related to time, right? Better late than never. ما این جمله رو در جاده ها میبینیم. دیر رسیدن بهتر از هرگز نرسیدن. Better late than never. Some people are rushing into things. عجله میکنن. They're rushing into things. They just want to rush into things. یعنی عجله میکنن. Rush into things. Rush. They rush into things means they're in a rush. They just want to achieve something very quickly. Then you call it better late than never. دیر رسیدن بهتر است. Better late than never. Slowly, drive slowly. آروم رانی. Drive slowly. Because if you drive too fast, maybe you will cause an accident and something happens to you and you won't get to your destination. دیگه مقصد نمیرسی. You won't get to your destination. You won't get to your destination. به مقصد نمیرسی. آروم slowly. بعضی میخوان 2 ماه زبان رو فروکشن, دیگه اصلا 2 ماه هم نمیتونن و کلا زبان رو فراموش میکنن. They just forget English. Totally they forget English. And we call better late than never. Better late than never. At the 11th hour. دقیقه 90. At the 11th hour. At the 11th hour means at the last possible time. At the last possible time. I made it to taxi, I made it to bus, I made it train. I made it to train at the 11th hour. دقیقه 90 رسیدم به قطار. I made it to train, made. I made it to train at the 11th hour. 11th hour. یعنی دقیقه 90. It's high time یعنی وقتشه. For example, when you're talking about marriage to your father, to your parents, yeah, it's high time. دیگه وقتشه. It's high time. وقت درستشه. Right time or appropriate. دوستان, appropriate یعنی زمان مناسبشه. Appropriate time or right time or it's high time. High time, right time, appropriate time. یعنی وقت مناسبشه. It's high time, right time, appropriate time. اصطلاح پنجم time flies. تو وقتی با دوستت خوش میگذرونی. When you're having fun, when you're having fun or having good time, when you're having fun or having good time, time is flying. Time is flying. زمان مثل برق میگذره. Time is flying means time is passing so quickly. زمان مثل برق میگذره. ولی وقتی یه اتفاق خیلی بدی when you're going through hardship, when you're going through وقتی دوران سخت رو میگذرونی, when you're going through hardship, time is dragging. زمان خیلی کند میگذره. Time is dragging. بچه اینم یادداشت کنید. Time is dragging. Alright? ما تلاش میکنیم. Time is dragging. We try. تلاش میکنیم اصطلاحات بسیار پرکاربرد. The most practical vocabulary, the most practical idioms, phrases to talk to you and to see whether it is easy to understand or not. Rogani, please check. Rogani, please check the video. Is it good? Yes?
Good.
It's running. Is it on? Okay?
Yes.
Great. And اصطلاح ششم بچه‌ها میگیم توسعه نشه بازی نشه. Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm, or third time is lucky. Third time is a charm. For example, you have failed at the exam for 2 times. دو بار در امتحان فیل شدی. But you're just waiting for the third time. Perhaps, for sure, قطعاً you will pass the third time. سومین بار دیگه از امتحان قبول میشی. You will pass the third time. You will pass یعنی دیگه قبول میشی. You will pass the third time. Then you call third time is a charm. Third time is a charm. In the long run یعنی در طولانی مدت، در بلند مدت. In the long run or over a long period of time. اصطلاح فوق العاده مهمه. It's a very, very important topic. Then you say in the long run or over a long period of time, over a long period of time. Perhaps learning English or studying English is hard, but in the long run will be worth it. شاید مطالعه انگلیسی یا یادگیری انگلیسی در ابتدا سخت باشه. Perhaps learning English or studying or learning English is hard at the beginning, but in the long run, در طولانی مدت, in the long run will be worth it. ارزش داره. Will be worth it. In the long run or over a long period of time. Over a long period of time. اصطلاح هشتم as time goes by. وقتی زمان میگذره یعنی passage of time تو مشکلات فراموش میکنی. You forget the problems. As the time goes by, or as the time goes by, or with the passage of time, or as the time goes by, you forget the problems. As the time goes by. میدونی که زمان مرهمه. Time heals the wounds. Time heals the wounds. حالا خواهیم رسید. وقت استراحت، وقت آزاد. Spare time. It's me time. It is me time بچه. It is me time. It is me time یعنی دیگه وقت خودمه. وقت عشق و حاله. وقت استراحتمه. It's me time. It's recreational time. It is recreational time, or it is free time, spare time. Free time or spare time. What do you do in your free time? در وقت آزاد چیکار؟ What do you do in your free time? What do you do in your spare time? در وقت آزاد. What do you do in your spare time? What do you do in your free time? What do you do in your recreational time? Recreational, spare, or free time. What do you do? چیکار میکنی؟ What do you do in your free time, spare time, or recreational time? Recreational یعنی وقت استراحت، وقت تفریح, recreational. It is me time, وقت خودم, it's me time, and I just like to have fun. Of course, in spare time, we don't work. ما کار نمیکنیم, we don't work. We just like to have fun. خوش بگذاریم, we just like to have fun. Yes, and number 10, turn back the hands of time. خیلی اصطلاح عالیه, turn back. میگیم ای کاش زمان به عقب برگرده. عقربه های ساعت, hands میشه عقربه. Turn back. I wish I could. ای کاش میتونستم. I wish I could turn back the hands of time. Especially it is used in regret. در زمانهای پشیمانی, especially it is used in regret. You gotta watch, you gotta listen. But چندین بار باید گوش کنی. You should listen several times and watch several times to get the best idea. All right? And you should say that turn back the hands of time. Turn back the hands of time. I wish I could. ای کاش میتونستم. I wish I could turn back the hands of time. Because you've made a mistake. اشتباهی کردی. You have made a mistake, or you have lost an opportunity. فرصتی را دست دادی. You have lost. Lose, lost. You have lost. You have lost an opportunity, and that's why به همین خاطر that's why you are regretting, or you're in regret. تأسف می‌خوری, پشیمون میشی. You regret why I have made a mistake. چرا این اشتباه کردم. Why I have made this mistake, and I wish I wouldn't make a mistake. ای کاش اشتباهی نمی‌کردم. I wish I wouldn't make a mistake, and now you are regretting, or you regret, پشیمونی, and you say I wish I could turn back hands of time. ای کاش میتونستم عقربه های ساعت رو به عقب بکشونم, برگردونم. I wish I would reverse این معکوس, reverse. Count down, یعنی بچه ها در واقع شمارش معکوس, count down. حالا اینجا می نویسم count down. The ship has sailed. اصطلاح فوق‌العاده‌ایه. کشتی به گل نشست. The ship has sailed, or the ship has sailed, or means an opportunity has been missed. You missed the opportunity. For example, if you don't join Yum Yum's 100 course, definitely you will miss a big opportunity. It's a big, great opportunity. You will miss it. That's it. You will miss this opportunity. Then join Yum Yum's pack. Join Yum Yum's 100-day course as soon as possible, because I don't want you guys miss the opportunity. It's a big opportunity. You shouldn't miss this opportunity. You shouldn't miss this opportunity. Even if you don't understand this part, you're going to listen from the first lesson. از درس اول گوش کن. Listen from the first lesson. Start listening every day. Every day one lesson, 2 lessons. And you can catch up with the lessons very quickly. But if you don't listen, definitely you won't. این کار اتفاق نخواهد. اصطلاح بعدی در دوره 100 روزه جمله 12 in next to no time. اصطلاح فوق‌العاده‌ایه. In next to no time. In next to no time means in next to means almost. When you say in next to no time, I'm sorry. In next to no time means almost no time. I went to the club. رفتم کلاب. I went to the club, and in next to no time, they asked me to leave, or I was asked to leave. And فوراً ازم خواستن که ترک کنم, because it was closing. It was getting to close, or it was about to close. در شده بسته شدم. The club was about to close, and they asked me, از من خواستن, they asked me to leave the club. ترک کنم. In next to no time. In next to no time means almost no time. Means very quickly. Very quickly. Or immediately. Very quickly. Very quickly, or in next to no time, in next to no time, or almost no time, or right away. You have to go because we are closing the club, and you have to leave the club as soon as possible, because it is closing time. وقت تعطیلیه. این اصطلاح من خیلی دوست دارم. In the nick of time. سر بزنگاه. In the nick of time. In the nick of time. In the very nick of time. یعنی دقیقاً سر بزنگاه. In the very, very nick of time. I love this idiom, you know. I just made it to the boss. دقیقاً این اصطلاح میتونه بچه ها مساوی با at the 11th hour باشه. پس این اصطلاح برابر at the 11th hour. این دقیقه 90. At the 11th hour or in the nick of time. In the nick of time. In the nick of time. Well, I made it to the bus. رسیدم به اتوبوس. I made it to the bus. I just made it to the bus just in the nick of time. In the very nick of time. Or I turned in my project in the nick of time. دقیقا سر موعد سر بزنگاه من پروژه‌ام رو تحویل دادم. Turn in. Turn in the project. Turn in the project. پروژه رو تحویل دادم. Turn in the project. I just turned in the project in the nick of time. And you say in the nick of time, in the very, very nick of time means at the 11th hour. I mean, they are both synonymous. I mean, they mean same, almost the same. Almost the same. Nick of the time, or in the nick of time, or at the 11th hour. At the 11th hour. All right? And number 14, time heals all wounds. اصطلاح عالیه. Time heals all wounds. زمان تمامی زخم‌ها رو مرهم میده، التیام میده. Time heals all wounds. من وقتی بابام ورشکست شد, when my father went bankrupt, we were in trouble. ما توی مشکل بزرگی. We were in trouble. When my father went bankrupt, we were going through. بچه go through یاد بگیرید. Go through. Go through یعنی سپری کردن. We were going through difficulties and it was a really big hardship, right? And my relative, my family, my friends, when they saw us, they said, time will heal the wounds. Time will heal. H-E-A-L. Time will heal or time heals all wounds. از زخم اینا نیستا بچه ها. زخم روحیه. Emotional scars. Yes? Emotional scars. یعنی زخمای روحی. Emotional scars. And then you say, time heals all wounds. Yeah, when my father went bankrupt, وقتی بابا برشکست کرد, when my father went bankrupt, we were in trouble. ما تو دردسر, we were in trouble. And we had to solve the problem. It was really hard because of financial problems. Because of financial problems, a couple of years ago, and my father went bankrupt, and we had to go through difficulty and hardship. And then when my friends came and saw me, they said, don't worry, this shall pass. Mix that, or you're going to be very, very strong to overcome the problems. To overcome the problems, or you can, you can beat the problems. Don't worry, right? The time heals the wounds. Time heals the wounds. اصطلاح بعدی 15 بچه‌ها time will tell. دیدیم مثلا تو مصاحبه شغلی مثلا من میرم یه رئیس با من صحبت میکنه, boss talks to me and I say I am this, I'm qualified, I'm qualified, I'm skilled at this, I'm good at this, I'm really perfect in this, I have this capability in توانمندی دارم, I have this capability, I have this ability, I can do this, I can do that, and I am really qualified. And then the boss says, رئیس میگه, the boss says, time will tell. زمان نشون میده. Time will tell whether که آیا you are qualified or not. Time will tell whether یعنی که آیا whether you're شما هستی qualified or not. Time will tell whether که آیا you are qualified or not. پس time will tell این زمان نشون میده. اینکه یکی بیاد خودش رو تعریف بکنه تو دیت اول. The first date, says I have this. I've been living in Germany, Italy, France for a while, for long years. Or I have this, I have that, I have this car, I live in this area, Of course, time will tell. زمان خودشو نشون میده. Time will tell. زمان نشون میده که او راست میگه یا دروغ میگه. Time will tell he's telling lie or he's telling the truth. Time is money. وقتی کسی شما رو معطل میکنه, when someone keeps you waiting, keep somebody waiting, یعنی معطل کردم. When somebody keeps you waiting, you call him, you say, excuse me, sir. آقا من زمان برام طلاست پوله. Time is money. Time is precious. با ارزشه. Time is priceless. Precious, priceless. Time is priceless. یعنی زمان قیمت نداره. Time is money. Time is gold. Time is very important. You can't waste somebody's time. نمیتونی زمان کسی رو هدر بدی. تو نمیتونی کسی رو معطل بکنی. You can't keep somebody waiting or you can't waste somebody's time. Don't waste. هدر ندی. Don't waste your friend's time because time is money. کسی اگه از زمانش برات وقت بگذاره خیلی باید دوستش داشته باشی. You should love him or love her because he's sharing his time, the most important asset in the world. بزرگترین سرمایه در زندگی بچه‌ها زمانه. Time is the most important asset in the world. If you lose it, اگه دستش بدی, you won't get it back. دیگه نمیتونی برگردی. You won't get it back. You gotta be careful. باید مراقب باشی. You gotta be careful to save time. تو زمان صرفه‌جویی کنی. To save time. To save time. You can't waste money. میتونی پول تو هدر بدی. You can waste money, but you can't waste your time. Don't waste your time. هدر ندی. Don't waste your time. Save your time. صرفه‌جویی کنی. Save your time. به فایل‌های صوتی امیام تو تاکسی و تو ماشین و دوچرخه سواری و پیاده روی باشگاه و هر جایی که هستی موقع کار و اینا, wherever you are, while driving, riding a bicycle or while traveling or you're at the bus or you're on the plane or you're at the airport, wherever you are, هر جایی که هستی, wherever you are, listen to the podcast, listen to Amiyam's podcast and work hard, alright? و اصطلاح 18 بچه time for a change. الان دیگه وقتشه یه تغییری تو خودت وجود آوره. زبان رو شروع کنی. باشگاه بری. You go to the gym. You start learning English because it is time for a change. It is time for a change. For example, if you have bad habit, you gotta drop bad habit. من یکی از عادتهای بدم که هست شبا دیر میخوام. I just go to bed too late and I wanna drop this bad habit. If anybody can help me to drop my bad habit, I would appreciate it. تشکر میکنم because I'm really working on that to go to bed early, to wake up early, to catch up with my work. But unfortunately, I'm suffering from sleeplessness. درس اول دوره 100 روزه بیخوابی, sleeplessness or insomnia. And if you remember, I talked to you a lot about this topic. And then this is called time for a change. اصطلاح بچه 19 میشه time is dragging. دیدیم بعضی موقع زمان نمیگذره. دقیقاً برعکس time is flying. It is opposite. Time is flying. وقتی میگی time is dragging یعنی time is passing very slowly, very tediously. Tedious and boring. It is boring. And when you are in a room, وقتی توی اتاقی هستی. من وقتی دوره سربازی میگذروندم, when I was taking my military service, because I was at the room توی اتاقی بودم توی اداری بودم I was at the room and I said to my general به در واقع اون سرگرد عزیز گفتم I'm sorry but time is dragging here. He said what? I said time is dragging here. He said I know what you mean. میدونم سعی چی میگه. I know what you mean. I see what you mean. But you have no chance. یعنی شانس دیگه you have no choice. You have to stay here until 2 p.m. تا 2 بعد از ظهر باید بمونی. You have to stay here until 2 p.m. although the time is dragging. Time is dragging. اگرچه زمان مثل در واقع خیلی کند میگذره. Although the time is dragging, but you have to stay here until 2 p.m. You have no choice. You have no choice. همینجوری با خودت صحبت کن. Speak English to yourself. I'm sure you'll rock it. Right? و جمله آخر، اصطلاح آخر میگیم این داروخونه آشوری مثلا. آشوری's pharmacy or آشوری's drugstore is around the clock. It is around the clock. 24 ساعت هست. Around the clock. Around the clock. بعضی شبانه روزی کار میکنن. Some people work around the clock, 24 hours or 24/7. یعنی 24 hours and 7 days a week. Some people work hard. They are workaholic. They're workaholic and they work around the clock. حالا سوالی که من هست تو ذهنم اینه که بچه‌ها کدوم یکی از این اصطلاح‌ها رو خوب یاد گرفتید؟ بیشتر دوستش داشتید؟ Which one of the idioms you love more? Which one of the idioms you love most? And which one of the idioms کدوم یکی از این اصطلاح which one of the idioms are the most practical کاربردی the most practical idioms that you have learned? میدونی که من شاگرد تونی رابینزم و همیشه بهش افتخار میکنم. I'm proud of him. And if you see I'm speaking very energetically because I got energy from him. And he's a main source of energy. And I participated in his seminar in Singapore, in Dubai. And I read his books. Mr. Rogani can show you some books I have read about this person. All right? What I'm trying to say, you got to keep your energy always at the peak. Yes, you got to keep your energy always at the peak. Energy is something we will talk about it. Energy is something that you need to really gain, but that's being acquired from the environment. You're going to just first, you're going to start from yourself. I mean, inner motivation. Inner motivation, and then you will move on. بچه‌ها من اگه بخوام اصطلاح‌ها رو دسته‌بندی کنم, if I want to classify the topics, the idioms, I mean, to be born yesterday, or better late than never, at the 11th hour, it's high time, right time, appropriate time. Time flies means time passes too quickly when you're having fun or good time. Third time is a charm, or third time is lucky. In the long run, or over a long period of time, as time goes by, with the passage of time, people tend to change. یعنی با گذر زمان مردم میخوان تغییر کنن. With the passage of time, people tend to change. Spare time, free time, recreational time. Spare time, free time, recreational time. Or it's me time. It's me time. And turn back the hands of time. Turn back the hands of time. عقربه های ساعت رو به عقب بار برگردوندن. Turn back the hands of time. The ship has sailed, or in next to means almost no time, very quickly. In the nick of time means at the last possible time. At the last possible time. سر بزنگاه. Time heals all wounds. تمام زخم‌ها رو التیام میده زمان. Time heals all wounds, or time will tell, time is money, time is priceless, or time is precious, time for a change, and time is dragging, and you call it's around the clock. Well, we talked about 20 idioms related to or relating to time. Very, very important in IELTS exam, TOEFL, speaking skills, speaking test. You will be asked about time. You have to learn all idioms, and you can listen to podcasts, and you can connect with me on WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, YouTube, Opera, social media. And I am trying to teach you English in a very simple way. I'm trying to teach you English in a very, very simple way. I want you guys speak English perfectly. Never ever give up. و فردا آخرین دقایق در واقع خرید دوره 100 روز است. همه این تدریس‌های صوتی و تصویری در کانال 100 روزه امویامیان آپلود میشه بچه. پس حتما برای اینکه با زیرنویس کامل همه این تدریس‌ها رو تماشا بکنید. You can watch all videos, all teaching with a perfect subtitle, Persian and English subtitle. هر چی از زبان من میاد بیرون در زیرنویس در واقع در ویدیوها خواهد بود. حتما کانال تلگرام رو جوین شو. Join our Telegram channel. Don't make an excuse. You will rock it. Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.